When it comes to dealing with the Bible, there is one significant figure you have to pay attention to. And this figure is the man by the name David. Among all men in the Bible, this is the only man that God himself said, "This is the man after my own heart." Now, other men were after my handiworks. Other men were after God's miracles and God's blessings. It is only David who God said, "This is the man after my own heart." The word heart simply means mind. So David was after God's mind. David was after God's original ideas. David was after God's thoughts. What was God thinking? If you read the book of Psalms, if you extrapolate the book of Psalms, there is something you will understand. There is something you come to appreciate. And number one is that God's original purpose, God's original will was kingdom extension. God had his own kingdom in the invisible realm. He had his own citizenry, the angels and the spirit beings. God had his own army led by Angel Michael. He had his own communication department led by Angel Gabriel. God had his own government. But because God is love, he wanted to extend, because God is love and God is king, he wanted to extend his kingdom from the invisible space to the visible space. He wanted to extend his kingdom from the spiritual realm to the physical realm. That was his original purpose and intent. But God wanted to extend his kingdom to the physical space without necessarily having to come himself. So his plan was, he will create a family of children. He will create a family of sons called man. And he will use those men to fulfill his original mandate. And his strategy was, after creating this family of children called man, he will give them his spirit so that they are forever in tune to the heavenly, to the heavens, to understand his will, to understand his purpose, and to understand his intentions, and carry out his will and his intention in the physical space. In essence, make heaven, make earth just like it is in heaven. That was God's original plan, God's original intent, and God's original strategy.